My name is Engineer Dr. Mwaha Stephen O. I want to bring to us a quick walkthrough of the school portal staff module of Raindrops Institute of Management and Technology. Just stay tuned with me as we walk through this system. So, thank you once again. Yes. Okay. So, this is the PDF copy of this user guide training manual, which we are going to do a quick video demonstration on how to use this school portal for the academic staff. So if you watch on this page, you will see a download link for this PDF copy. Again, you can as well pause this video and use any of your personal digital device to scan this QR code. A scan of this QR code will automatically download this PDF version of this manual in your system. So if you go through, you see it's a well articulated and explained user guide. You see it has all the various modules and the various link and various options in the staff module, the course handling and so on. It also, here we talked about the system requirements. So for you to use the Raindrops Institute of Management and Technology portal, you also need either a desktop computer, laptop, tablet, or smartphone. The system is responsive. It will fit perfectly and nice in any of these device if you are using it to access the system. So you have the staff login page. After the staff login page, after successful login, it will land you to the staff dashboard comprising all the various activities academic staff can do in the system. It is a role-based system. Every category of the user has some specific function or usage of the system, and so on and so forth. They continuous like that. Okay, so let's quickly go into implementation of this. So you will log in with your staff ID, with your staff number, which will be your user ID, and then your staff password. I think on first login, every staff is issued a default password, which you are also encouraged to change on successful login. So let's now look at what happens here. This is the dashboard environment. You see all those things we saw in the manual. This is where they are. So the first here is talking about the staff profile. There where you view the profile, you can as well do something like a edit profile. You can also, under this staff profile, you can do your password change, which is always encouraged. On first login, every staff is encouraged to do a password change. And that is that. So there is no much in this side. It is a common feature we know in every information management system. So let's quickly go to the course handling module, which has some functions and activities that are peculiar with staff. The chief among it is the assessment. I want to click on this assessment now. If you click on this assessment, this page will open. Here you will see the form for carrying out evaluation and assessment of students. So here, this staff must have been allocated some courses. If you look at this select program, there are two programs in Raindrops Polytechnic, which the staff has been allocated program. One is on BSc IMSU affiliate program. As we all know, Raindrops Institute of Management and Technology is a polytechnic, but we also in affiliation with Imo State University, where we offer some degree, where we award or offer some degree programs, BSc programs. And you can see the session, you can see the semester, and this is the course, the department of the student and the course which this staff has been allocated to handle. Now, but for the sake of this demonstration, let me go to the National Innovative Diploma Program, and then let's see the options, select the semester, where you have been allocated course. This staff has been allocated course on computer software engineering. Let's look at the course. You see, this staff has been allocated 2 courses, computer systems and internet and world wide web. You can see it here. Select group. By saying any not applicable means that it is only this staff that is teaching this course for all the students there. So where there are 2 or 3 staff offering it, the students will be grouped, and the system is designed to handle those kind of scenario. So if you watch here, you can see these are the list of the students. Okay, this one had been tested before. Let me just quickly delete these ones so that we can also go into, I have deleted these ones. It has this option to delete the student. Assuming the student you see here, you are sure it's not offering your course. And when on login, you see that you will see the list of students that have registered for that course. Let's assume there are 1 or 2 students that have not registered the course. Let me put this one. Let's see, this student has not registered. The system will give the staff the access to add those students that have not registered. But that is not a reason why the students will not register, because the system is designed such that students registered so that staff concentrates on full evaluation and the assessment. So let's go into scoring now. There is also this option of expanded module. This expanded module gives the lecturer or the instructor the option to score students by assignment. Okay, let me do this one. Let's say first assignment he has 10, second assignment he has 20, maybe third assignment this student has 25, as the case may be, or let me say also 20. And there is also room for quiz. This quiz he has 10, he has 20, and has also 10. There is also room for practicals. So in the first practical, let's say the candidate has 8, this one it has 9, and this practical it has 10. So you see, the system has some degree of intelligence in the sense that after you have entered this, the system has the ability to look at the number of quiz you have done and do the proper processing at the end. Let me click here. You now apply for these candidates. After that, you see where it has brought us. It has given you the total average assessment of this candidate, which is 39. So whenever exam is taken, you can add the exam of this candidate and also click apply here to score. You say it has 79 at the end. Or you can just, if you are not interested in, trying to score the various components that make up the continuous assessment, which, in a summary comprises assignment, quiz, and practicals, and so on and so forth. You could also decide to just, give the assessment here, the total continuous assessment, and again, the exam, and also apply for the score to be displayed. That is wonderful. There is also this option you will see. Let me go to this. Assuming we go to this, when you are scoring, you will also see this very interesting option. I have just returned to the compressed mode, where if you don't want to, keep the scores, assuming, let me put here 30, let me make some changes to see how it reflects. Maybe here 35, and let me make change. Let's say here is 20, here is 15, here is 15. Then you don't want to click on this apply button to save them one after the other. That is this save all button, which when you click it, it will require you to select the students you want to save. You have the option of selecting this check all, or you check them individually, as the case may be. Let me just check all. If you click on check all and click save, you see it will now save. You see the new scores have reflected. You see here now is 13, 35, 75, and 65. And then if you scroll here, you see the remarks and the, and so on and so forth. So at the end of this, when you look carefully here, there are three bottles you will see. One, save all. We have used it. We also have submit to exams and record and delete. So the system is modeled after the modules of operandi here in Raindrops Institute of Management and Technology. Because when the staff or lecturer starts assessment, there is a time frame. Every staff is expected to submit his or her work to the registry or exams and record units. So prior to that time, whatever a staff is doing here is at the control of the staff. You can you can change, you can score and rescore at any time. But when it is time for submit, when you click submit to exams and record on this portal, it will ask you also to check the students you want to submit. Assuming there is a candidate that you have not scored for any reason or you have not seen the practical you are waiting, you can uncheck that one to be submitted later. But all things being equal, if all of them have been scored, you can check all, then click on exams and record. It says, attention. Are you sure you want to submit the selected records to exams and record? Yes or no, okay, or cancel. So when you click on okay, let's see what happens. It says only selected records have been successfully submitted to exams and records. Wow, look at the magic here. The magic here now is that all these students have left the upper panel to the lower panel. At this upper panel, that is where the scores are in editable mode. But immediately the staff has submitted to exams and record, you will still see the list of the students, you still see the records of the students, all they have, but in this case now, it is not in editable mode, just as the way it is in real life operation. Because when a staff has, printed manually, when we are scoring manually, you discover that when you have, recorded all your scores in a score sheet and submit exams and record, so it's as good as that result has left you, and you don't have authority to make any change on the student result again. So this is what happens. So after the staff has submitted, it doesn't end there. Every staff is also expected to make a printout or produce a hard copy of this submitted result, which will now be, finally forwarded to the exams and records. So look at this print report button. You can see it toggles. When you click on it, it displays a field where you'll be required to enter the HOD's name and the dean's name. That is it. So because let's quickly do it. Let's say the HOD is Mr. Olum, HOD of Computer Software Department, Ekene. Then the deans, let me use Dr. V. O. Esiegu. These are for texting purpose, please. So you have this print button. When you click on this print button, it says it will print preview this report. Let's see the print preview of the report as the system has shown. Look at the print preview. So you see that it has now brought this report in the normal format via which we submit a semester course evaluation report. So with access to printer, if you come to this button, you can export this report to Excel or to PDF or to Word format for onward submission or printout and submission to exams and record. I prefer this portable document format. We know its flexibility. So look at the format now. So, see, this is quite interesting. You can see it. It will tell you the name of the program, the department, the course title, the course code, the semester ID, group not applicable, the level, ND1 student, session, and so on. It also carries the lecturer that has been allocated this course, where you will now sign with dates and the name of the HOD and this. You can see the list of the students which you have scored. There is also a summary of grade here showing you that one person has an A, 0% has A, B, one person has B, and so on. It will also do a kind of data analytics of what is happening there. That is assisting you in your, in the computation of your, you know, okay, that is very wonderful. Then you will sign. So if it is, we just tested with these three students. This is wonderful. Now, this is just the report which cannot be printed and then be submitted. And that is for the assessment module. Let's look at the carryover assessment. If you click on carryover assessment, the same thing is applicable. You select the allocated course, the session, the semester, the department, the course you have been allocated, and so on and so forth, and then display carryover. So by this, what you will now see, it will be the list of students who have registered this course as carryover. There is also an option for you to add the student if paraventure, sorry, the student has not registered the carryover. Though, okay, and then after that, the result is also the same process repeats. The same way we handle the regular courses is the way the carryover assessment is also being done. Let's look at the third option in this course handling module, which is result correction. The question now is, how does a staff manage correction of results after the result has been submitted? Conventionally, if a staff has submitted results and for any reason that staff finds out that a student that was originally scored either carryover or high in one or two courses actually did not or does not, have such scores, there is an administrative procedure to make such change. Administratively, the staff will be required to put it in writing, put the name of the candidate, attach evidence, and then submit for the results to be recalled and then corrections made. So this is what we want to handle. This is what has been automated in this result correction option. So let's look at the result we just submitted. So you still select the options, the department, the course, and then display. When you display, you will see this result you have submitted. Let's assume it is this student that has carryover that you want to make a change. You now select it, then put down the name of the HOD, and then click Get Reports. When you click on this Get Reports, you see the system will now give you a printable page containing the student that you want to make correction on. Okay, for demonstration purpose, let's assume that this person that has 65 maybe has an A for any reason, for any proven reason. So let's also select it, at least make it 2, since we didn't populate the system with much students for demonstration purpose. Look at where it lands us now. It still brings us to the format of the evaluation sheet report. But the only difference now is this. Okay, let me generate the PDF copy, which will now be submitted for this purpose. So look at it here. Very wonderful. So look at it here. So you see, it will now list the student. It will show you the former CA the student has, the former exam the student has, and total. Then the staff now will be required to write the new CA, the new exam, as the case may be, and then total, and then reason for the update. Then the staff will be expected to just put the reason, maybe correction, mistake, whatever, missing script, whatever is the reason. Then at the end of it, the HOD signs, the staff consigns signs, and then it will be submitted to the appropriate authority, mostly the registry or exams and record, where the thing now will be minuted to the system admin or exams and record office, which now via the module of exams and record, they have the option to return this course to the staff concerned. Then when the staff logs in back, and then you will now see the course will now be moved from submitted panel to the assessment panel. I think that return will be done by exams and record. In their own dashboard, they have option to do that return, which is exactly what we do in real life scenario. Okay, so having said that, let's also look at print results. Though we have been able to print some of these results in the course of assessment, but we are looking at the option. Maybe you have finished all your assessment and you have any reason to print, you didn't print at that point, you may not start going through all the process of selecting this. When you come here and select the session and the semester, it will give you the courses that you have evaluated and assessed. So you can just print from here. This is a kind of a quicker technique to print this result. It will also require you to put all this information, and then when you click print, it will also generate the same report which we were able to generate when we are using the assessment module. I think the only difference is that this one gives you a quicker approach to print, unlike when you are trying to print from the assessment module. So whichever way that the staff finds more comfortable, it is allowed. So the last but not the least is this allocated course module. This one will give you the list of all the courses that the staff has been allocated. And that brings us to the end of this course handling option in the staff dashboard or staff module of Raindrops Institute of Management and Technology portal. Okay, another interesting option here is the LMS, Learning Management System. This portal also has an option where staff can carry out both blended teaching and learning, blended teaching, whether asynchronous or synchronous. So let's look at the asynchronous lecture. When you click there, it gives you the option to select the session. After selecting the session, you select the semester, select the course you want to, if you come here, you see the list of the courses the staff have been allocated. So let's still go by this. This is the course you want to, carry out an online teaching or lecture. So here it will ask you to select the week of the lecture. We all know that every course comes in a week. There is the courses are offered on weekly or as the case may be. It could be your week 1, it could be your week 2. If you watch here, you have the week running to week 20. So whichever week for that, you want them to carry that week must also fall in a certain month. Let's say this week falls on the month of January. And then here will be require you to enter the video link for the course. So it is expected we have we call it asynchronous. Asynchronous means that the students could listen to this lecture at their own time. It must not be in real time. But for the synchronous option, that's the option where to via the system as you are, it's just like streaming the course. It's streaming the lecture live. But for this asynchronous, it's expected that you must have prepared your lecture in using all the necessary multimedia tools, which we also are going to run a training on how staff who are not conversant on how to use some of these tools, whether AI tools or other tools to prepare your lecture audio visually, just like the one I'm doing here. So here you'll be expected to enter the link. Then where the lecture comes with also a note, we advise lecturers to use a PowerPoint slide. You will also be expected to this, and then you save it. I think in order not to make this lecture so long, I will make another lecture on this so that the lecturers will be guided on how these things are prepared. But for those of us that are already familiar with the use of this tool, this is how it is. You just save. And immediately it is done, just bam on the student and immediately they log in. As long as that student has registered for that course, he will see an alert showing that a lecture has been uploaded. So, but here, let's look at publish, let's look at set quiz. In this set quiz option, this gives the lecturer option to also carry out online examination where assessments could be done online. So here, lecturer, you will be expected to add your questions. This one is OBJ questions. You put up the options. You write the options and then submit and so on. This module will also a separate video. We're also going to make a separate video on the use of this module so that this video doesn't go beyond the specified time allocated for it. So most of the options in this LMS, each of them has ability to form a full video on its own, which we are going to do. But this is just a quick demo. This one is to publish the quiz. It is possible at the time where you are setting this quiz. Peradventure, you want to make it a 20, question option text or quiz, and maybe at the time T, you have succeeded in putting 10 questions. So as long as you have not published it, it will remain unaccessible or invisible on the student side. Then this publish option gives you the access to, publish it at a given time. There, at the point of publishing the quiz, you will also have the option to set some other parameters like the time allocated for it and so on. And then at the student time, the thing is designed like the conventional CBT environment, just like it was modeled after the JAM CBT environment. But that one is on the student side, and that one has its own separate video also. But this is just a quick demonstration of all this. This one, quiz and test score, will give you, a summary report for the student that have carried the quiz. And it is so wonderfully designed in such a way that after a student has answered the question, the system marks it, scores it, and then carry the results and then submit to the staff assessment module. It is so fantastic and so interesting to behold. Don't worry, we shall be making a video on that. So without much so that brings us to the end of this video. I want to thank all our those that have found time to look at through this video, and I also wish to seize this opportunity to appreciate our own rector, our dynamic and visionary rector, and who also doubles as the founder of Raindrops Institute of Management and Technology. We want to appreciate him and want to acknowledge him. My profound gratitude goes to Reverend Father Dr. Remigius. For what I may say, his visionary leadership and his kind of, assistance that has made this initiative possible. In fact, permit me to say it is as a result of his steadfast, commitment to academic excellency and much more digital transformation that his digital transformation drive that has given birth to all these things. I reserve my unalloyed and appreciation to him. Thank you, Father, for all the encouragement, and we are happy with what you are doing in Raindrops Institute of Management and Technology. And to all those that have found time to watch this video, thank you. Please, you can always drop your comments, call for more information as the case may be. Thank you.